Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers Prime podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David.
And today we're discussing the human factor.
Oh man, this is some dark shit, yo.
And not to be confused with that one issue of the G1 comic that introduced the Neo Knights.
Yes, that was actually immediately what I thought of, and I was like, oh no, wait, this isn't that. This is I mean, I guess he's technically not a zombie.
I mean, he's kind of a guy in a zombie.
Yeah, there's definitely, some very messed up stuff going on here.
He's a real bad guy turducken.
Yes!
The easiest way to describe it is, it's alive! It's alive!
Yes.
It's alive.
Yeah, so, this episode first aired September 14th, 2012, written by our old pal Bob Skar.
Ooh, nice.
This is his second episode of Transformers Prime. He has another one coming up not long from now.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, it's kind of interesting that the previous episode was Marty Eisenberg, and this one is Rob Skar. They hit, or Bob Skar. Yeah. They hit the.
It does list him as Robert Skar, doesn't it?
Yeah, Robert N. Skar.
Yes. Ooh, middle initial.
Yeah. I guess we're just not on a Bob basis with him anymore.
No. Yeah, this is kind of like the point in Beast Wars when they were getting like Len Wein to write episodes and DC Fontana. Like they're calling in the favors now.
Yes, I don't think we ever. I'm just trying to think if there are any like noted comics writers who still do like animation episodes. I think J.M. DeMatteis still does stuff.
Huh, okay.
And I'm not sure about Marv Wolfman.
Oh, wait. Am I really quiet?
You were really quiet. You're better now.
You sound fine now.
Okay, I kind of smacked the gimbal arm that my mic is on, and my squiggles were very tiny. Now they're reasonable, I guess?
Now they're back to normal.
Squiggle factor, back down to normal.
Yes.
Alright, so we open in possibly Transylvania.
in a military bunker, I guess.
Yep, one of the many military bunkers on this show, occupied currently by the evil terrorist organization MECH.
Dun dun dun! Ooh. We haven't seen them a while, and what happened last time we saw them?
Last time, they made a fake Optimus Prime called Nemesis Prime, and it had a big fight with Optimus Prime, and then it fell on Silas, their leader, who is also Clancy Brown.
Yay!
Hey, rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yes, except
Crimes fall, everyone dies.
Except he did not die. In fact, the teaser of that episode had him like hooked up to machines. Although in a nasty bit of imagery, they and later on in the episode, the Autobots say that they thought Silas was paste.
Yes, RC specifically says that because she's a murder monster.
Well, yeah.
I was sure he was goop.
Yeah, he was. Squished.
So they've got Breakdown's corpse, and they have put Silas inside of it.
Yes. We only really see him, like, from, like, his very upper torso and head, but yeah, he's all, like, stitches and...
Like, they've shaved his head, and he's got, like, a big steel plate in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, scars everywhere. He looks like a Frankenstein.
And the question is, I guess, how much of him is in there?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I'm thinking this might be like a Borg Queen thing where it's just like his head and shoulders and everything else is machines.
That's possible.
I would think like a RoboCop situation where there's still some guts attached, but not a lot of it, much else.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends what RoboCop, because I think there's a scene in that new RoboCop where they like disassemble him and it's just like a brain and maybe a little like General Grievous sack of organs.
Yeah, it's a head, it's a General Grievous, and it's a right hand for some reason.
Sure, why not?
Which is weird.
Anyway, hopefully this does not end up with him making out with Brent Spiner.
I mean...
Clancy Brown, surprisingly, I don't think he's ever been on Star Trek.
Aw.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, because he was on Earth too, and has been in various other things. Maybe he was in Highlander?
Well, he was the bad guy in the first Highlander. He's the Kurgan.
Oh, right. Duh.
I have something to say.
My brain was like...
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Half that association. But...
He's great in that movie.
Yeah. He's one of the handful of people to be in the MCU twice.
That's right. Once as the Punisher's old boss, and once as a giant fire demon.
Oh, I did not know he was on
Punisher.
Yes.
Well, he started out in Daredevil, and then he was later in Punisher in a flashback.
Yes.
I
did, I rewatched Civil War recently, and I was like, hey, wait, that's Alfre Woodard. She can't be here. She's already a different character.
Yeah. I think, and she was like on both at like almost exactly the same time too, so it's just like a weird coincidence.
Huh, I thought Luke Cage was a good year or two later.
I think it was around the same time. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, it is a little shocking because if anybody screams crooked Starfleet Admiral, it's Clancy Brown.
Yes.
Or like Starfleet Admiral who's secretly crazy.
Yes, who's got some kind of like horrible scheme going on.
I mean, in fact, that is what he does in Punisher. Because he's actually like running drugs back to from Afghanistan to the U.S. in like corpses.
Yeah, I remember that now.
But anyway, they bring him back to life, and Breakdown looks awful. It looks like he's been buried in a pet cemetery.
Yeah, we'll get to jokes about that. Yeah, he's odd color. It's like he's covered in oil and cracks. It's really impressive, like they retextured everything.
He reminds me a lot of, I guess, two places. He basically looks like my backpacking stove after I've lit it up a few times and it got a very nice sort of blue-red patina going. There's also a pen company that makes a pen called Fire Blue. That's basically that same thing. It's steel and then they burnish it until it has that like reddish bluish. So to me, from my experience, it just looked like it had been set on fire at some point. And got that. Also, that pen is like a $200 pen. So this is an expensive paint job he's got.
And also they've given it, because to replace that eye patch eye, which Breakdown was, I guess, just keeping sort of out of penance, they've given him a Terminator eye.
Yes.
Yes.
And, so yeah.
So anyway, he wakes up and goes all Frankenstein's dad's monster on the scientists who thankfully save their former employer, and he just blows them away.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's not like he's doing this out of a blind rage. He specifically is like, I thank you, but I am meant to keep company with Titans now. So why does he have to kill them all? Like, he could just be like, later guys, and just leave, but he's gotta kill them all first, for reasons.
And yeah, that is the end of MECH.
Yep, that's it. The end. Good night.
Which is kind of a shame. Like, it'd be nice if they came up as a little weird Cobra organization later, but I guess these four scientists are all that's left that give a shit about MECH.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Well, I guess they're probably not getting paid
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean, these guys are the dead enders. Like, the man with the plan is the guy who we're hooking up into this robot alien.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, he we cut to him busting into a military facility, presumably also killing a ton of people.
Oh my god, my favorite part of this is that he drives up to the security gate and he rolls down the window halfway and it's his human head looking out. It's like, so they set it up so when he transforms, he's in the driver's seat, whatever there is of him. And that just seems really silly to
cute. I mean,
silly. It seems reasonable because, again, you don't really want a car going around with no driver. It already looks like it got blown up a few times, so it's bad enough already.
That the guard recognizes him and says hi or whatever the fuck, but that his first instinct is, oh my god, what happened to the top half of your face that I can see? It's covered in scars and a metal plate.
Sir, you have to tell me if you are a Frankenstein. It is the law. Are you a Frankenstein?
I just love how he's just like peeking up over the side of the window with his human head. Also, I will point out, since, you know, it's worth noting, I think, that we do not get, we get Clancy Brown. We do not get any Adam Baldwin. He's gone.
Yay.
Breakdown is not talking in Breakdown voice anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to, how did he lower the window?
I mean, it's got to have power windows.
Yeah, he just powers it cybernetically. He just thinks lower the window, and the window comes down.
I guess it's just like that's how he moves everything else. It's just weird to think that like they wired in power windows somewhere into his spinal column from the robot spinal column. Oh, and they mentioned like they welded him into the nervous system and skeleton of this robot. Like, calling it a skeleton is weird. I mean, a nervous system is strange, but we've dealt with that for decades in robots, that they're like, they have computer brains and shit, but robot skeleton is an odd concept.
I mean, infrastructure, superstructure.
And we have occasionally seen like a robot get blasted and they have like a robot skeleton hand or like a skull face.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Or their overlord burned to pieces.
Yes.
Exactly. Anyway, so we cut to the Autobot base. Bulkhead is still in rough shape, and he's also depressed because he thinks he's being replaced. And Smokescreen is trying to be helpful. He says, well, you know, we've got this Apex armor now, and, you know, Bulkhead, you could put this on, and he just chucks it at a computer, and of course Ratchet, well, he needed that.
Yay!
Yes, I was so excited we got another Ratchet. I needed that. And then I started flipping back through my notes. So many pages to find the last time it happened in season 1.
Wow.
We're only on number 4 of I needed that.
Wow.
Which is surprising.
It is surprising.
Although I think, like, all the previous times it happened, I think it was all by the same writer.
Yeah, Nicole Dubik.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So presumably now everybody has had the chance to watch, like, the first season.
Yes.
I guess so.
All the writers are caught up on all that stuff from actual episodes and not just summaries. And
we get some great Jeffrey Combs muttering here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's muttering on his breath and he's like, oh, I needed that. I'm the doctor.
I mean, I would say telling the Bruiser that maybe he could take this armor does seem sort of like, that's harsh. But also, Smokescreen, as we have established, is a kitten. He's an orphan kitten, and just, you know, he's trying his best. He's a very good boy, and he's trying his best to impress Optimus Prime.
Oh, wow, and I guess by the end of the season, Bulkhead will have become that giant bulldog that adopts the itty-bitty baby kitten from the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Oh, yes.
Well, that starts to happen at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Almost.
So, anyway, Jack is calling Raph up, and it turns out that Raph, his grade's been slipping, so he has now been grounded by his angry mother.
So, it's not that he was caught hacking the Pentagon.
No.
It's that he got an A- in something.
Well, they're intuiting that Actually, Raph doesn't specifically say that, but it makes sense.
It is entirely possible he got grounded for hacking the Pentagon.
And we do not see her, but we hear her a little, and it's Sumali Montano kind of doing a Mexican accent.
Yeah, not like a really bad, awkward
No,
one,
it's
though.
not terrible.
No.
It's not a horrible racist accent.
No, we're not talking Speedy Gonzalez here.
No.
Anyway, back at the Decepticon base, breakdown signal has turned up, and Knockout is excited because the man is a maestro.
Kinda.
Well, because he kind of thinks he might still be alive.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like his excitement level is hard to gauge. It's very subdued, other than, hey, somebody to buff my back. Like,
Yeah, Breakdown may act the brute, but he's a maestro behind a rotary buffer.
Damn it.
but he also says it's like a corrupted signal.
Yeah, and they
like,
suggest
how do you know?
that maybe it's an Autobot trick, and I'm thinking that desecrating corpses is pretty grim for an Autobot trick.
Well, they're the Decepticons, so they'll expect the worst of people.
I guess.
Well, it depends how you fake a signal.
I mean, I guess you could fake one. I was just thinking that the first thing that came to mind for me was that they had found his corpse and, basically did what Silas actually did, except just doing it for the sake of luring the Decepticons out. That's really messed up for Autobots.
Autobots initiate Operation Weekend at Bernie's.
Well, like, maybe the Autobots just try flipping him off and on again to see if he works.
I mean, okay, I will take a moment to acknowledge for the historians and the audience that one of the earliest fictional instances of Transformers zombies was an Autobot scientist, so thank you, Flame from Marvel UK. But it still seems definitely for this batch. Like, I don't know if I could see Ratchet going for that.
No, I think even they mentioned that, when Bumblebee gets his T-Cog stolen, Ratchet says, the Decepticons are bad, but, Megatron's evil, but he's no ghoul.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was odd.
But also it does, it asks the question there, was Breakdown never confirmed dead before this? Was
I
he
guess
just missing?
They never found his body, I guess.
Yeah,
He's
so,
MIA.
I guess that would make it kind of fair that we never really got Knockout being super upset about it if it was never confirmed. Maybe he thought, they have really long lifespans. Breakdown could have been, off dicking around somewhere for a year, and that's, you wouldn't even necessarily think anything of it because, that's not a significant portion of your lifespan.
Yeah, it's just like popping out to the corner store for some cigarettes.
Yeah. So maybe he thought Breakdown had popped out to the corner store for some cigarettes and he needed him to come and buff him.
So anyway, Knockout goes with some Viacons to this military base. It's been trashed. Presumably, Silas killed a bunch of guys off screen.
Yep.
Well, that's all he does this episode. Murders dozens of people and steals their
they're
shit.
just humans. He's better than them now.
Mm-hmm. Because he comes out of there, initially Breakdown thinks, Knockout thinks, Breakdown. But it's clearly not Breakdown. A, because it looks like he was buried in a pet cemetery.
Yes.
And B, speaking of which, he sounds like Clancy Brown.
Yes. So that is acknowledged that, yes, he does sound like Clancy Brown. He's no longer the least of the Baldwins.
And I think that, I can't remember exactly because we haven't seen Breakdown in a while, but I think even his body language is different.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention at some point that frankly, in this episode, I don't know if it's just the directing or what, but everyone's body language is super good. So I can absolutely see that being a thing.
Mm-hmm. So he, of course, says he's carrying a big case, and he says, "Take me to your leader."
Yes. And Knockout is horrified.
Yeah, you're in my boyfriend.
Yes. What are you doing to my boyfriend's corpse?
So we're back at the Autobot base. Agent Fowler's on the case, and he says the Decepticons have stolen the Project Damocles satellite.
What's that?
What?
It was actually mentioned in Grill, the clip episode.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that sounded kind of familiar.
It was weird because, like, Optimus Prime knows what it was, and I was like, why the fuck does he know what this thing is? I guess I just forgot the clip shows, because clip shows go in and out of your brain really quickly.
Yes, and that's also where they first mentioned that he's Leland Bishop, which is a name that he uses here. But Project Damocles, because Silas is basically a Bond villain, it is a killer satellite.
As you do. I find it very interesting that it's basically implied that the U.S. military totally funded this.
Yes.
Because he did this when he was actually working with the, because they're saying that he did it under his actual name.
Well, they mentioned, Prime says that he invented it, which is crazy.
Yes.
It's possible Prime just doesn't quite understand how, military financing works.
Maybe.
But I kind of got the sense that, he, spearheaded this project, and then when the higher-ups found out what he was doing, they kicked him out.
But they built it anyway.
Well, I think they built it, and then I guess they just kept it, because I guess you never know when you're going to need a particle beam.
Yeah, I mean, if he got it, they can blame it on this other guy that they have it, but,
And anyway, it is a very Bond villain thing. First used, I think, the first use of it might be in Diamonds Are Forever, the 71 Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it, wait.
Maybe most famously used in animation in Akira.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good old orbital lasers.
And then later heavily homaged in Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh,
Yay!
That was a fun scene. That's a good animation. I think I've seen that recently, that clip.
I think that's TMS. It's very well animated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, used in many subsequent Bond movies, including GoldenEye and Die Another Day.
Well, because the idea of an orbital laser is a neat idea. The finger of God, as it were.
Yes.
Although it's always overdone because lasers aren't really that powerful. They would have to sit there for quite a while to heat up.
Well, this isn't a laser. It's a particle beam.
Yeah.
This is altogether different. It's a giant, thick energy beam when it comes down.
Yeah.
Carving shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Totally reasonable. Totally believable.
So anyway, Agent Fowler believes that Breakdown is working with Silas.
Yeah.
And Ratchet's all, Decepticons would never work with humans. And, Jack has to correct him and say, well, you guys work with humans, and it's worked out okay for you so far.
Yeah. I mean, Megatron now knows that Miko straight up killed a dude. So, they might be developing some respect for them, but, as we know, that is not the case.
Anyway, speaking of Megatron, he is introduced to Silas, who he finds disgusting.
Yeah, he calls him an abomination, and then Silas proceeds to rename himself through an abbreviation. Which I didn't write down, but somebody must.
Speaking of villains, he is now Silas with a C, which stands for Cybernetic Life Augmented by Symbiosis.
Okay, so I wanna bring something up here. Did we ever have, was there ever anything established earlier that his name was actually spelled the normal spelling of Silas? Because Silas was already, not his actual name.
Yeah.
So, do we know that it wasn't always Silas with a CY?
We do. It was Silas with an S in the credits.
Okay, fine. I guess, that's what I get for skipping credits all the time.
Yeah, I skipped the credits. Well, but in the credits, it's not in the show. It's only in the credits, and that could just change later. Although him changing the spelling to make an acronym fit is... it's very Cobra.
Yes.
I propose that he always had this planned, but that was why he made his previous pseudonym Silas spelled normally because he wanted it to be a smoother transition once he became cybernetic life augmented by symbiosis.
I thought maybe he was just a big fan of Silas Marner.
This is what he was doodling in, like, heart shapes and bubbles on his notebook with CYLA. But yes, Megatron finds this disgusting. Knockout is appropriately horrified, though apparently not so horrified that he didn't do what the guy asked him to do, which was bring him
it is kind of
up
weird
to
that he brings him up there with no questions to ask, although I guess there's really nobody else to do that right now.
Yeah, and also he might not win a fight with Breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with Viacons to back him up, he needs Big Daddy Megatron to come help.
Yes.
And then he could threaten the corpse of Breakdown with his chainsaw hand.
Yes. I mean, Breakdown kind of was his muscle, so that's fair.
So Silas, he just wants a place at the table with the Decepticons because he wants to be on the winning team. And he's brought him his best, the Damocles satellite.
Yes. So he's like, hey, yeah, I was a human, but I merged with the reanimated corpse of one of your people, so I want to be a Decepticon now. Can I hang out with you? Can I hang out with you in the Cool Kids Club?
I'm a little surprised they never used the word binary bonding here.
Yeah, or something like that. He has kind of become a brain master, chest master,
breast master?
Yeah, something. It's weird. It's the first Knockout and then Megatron are entertaining him is just such a weird concept, kinda.
They do want this killer satellite.
Yeah.
They do want the killer satellite, yes, but I'm sure Soundwave could figure it out, given enough time where to go to get the passwords and bullshit. It's just like, you find out your coworker goes missing, he's presumed dead, and then he shows up later and there's like a mouse living in a hole in his chest, like pulling tendons to drive him around.
Oh man, it's like a really dark version of Ratatouille.
I was gonna say it's like a Rick and Morty episode, but that works too.
Rick and Morty is grosser.
I mean, Megatron is a guy who also injected the blood of the devil into his soul.
Okay, yeah, Megatron will like try anything once.
Yeah.
Oh, Megatron is the host of Drive-Ins, Diners, and Dives in Iacon, or K-On.
Yeah.
Puny human, today we are rising up to diners, drive-ins, and dives. He's just wearing like a giant Guy Fieri shirt.
It's just that old Megatron luau shirt that everyone wore to the BotCon dinner in 2001.
Oh, I kind of wish I had one of those shirts. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Probably hard to find now.
And I shall be consuming the most disgusting food on Cybertron for your amusement.
That was how he got the following to found the Decepticons. That's how he gained his popularity. He says he was a gladiator, but no. It was having a TV show.
Well, no, it's the thing. He fought in Kitchen Stadium.
Oh, God, no.
And Starscream was like the Elton Brown of Cybertron.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, so they've got the satellite, but what the Decepticons don't have are the codes, which are stored in a government facility in Colorado, which kind of looks like the SETI facility with all the big satellite dishes, the big radio dishes.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie Contact or the much worse Charlie Sheen movie The Arrival, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I feel like any Charlie Sheen movie can be described as the much worse Charlie Sheen movie.
I kind of love that movie, though.
Okay, fine.
It's okay. Backwards legs, aliens.
I think the Autobots are going to get there, and they're going to have to fight Ron Silver in his backwards knees.
Yeah, I can't think of any recent ones, but I really enjoyed Men at Work. For probably the wrong
I don't
reasons.
think they really let Charlie Sheen be in movies anymore.
No.
Or on television.
Most of my love is Men at Work is Keith David anyway.
So anyway, Soundwave, unfortunately, has beat them to it, and he has used the Autobots' tactics against them by faking Agent Fowler's voice and using it to make them evacuate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. Before that, when we're back at the Autobot base and Fowler's explaining shit to people, or the Autobots, there's a map on their computer, and for some reason, Louisiana, the entire state, has been moved and placed in the middle of Texas.
I totally missed this until you posted a screenshot of it, but yes, you look at the screenshot, and it's just, Louisiana is just, there's a cutout right there between Mississippi and Texas, and Louisiana is just, it's like someone was doing a map to show how big Texas was by putting Louisiana inside it, and then they just forgot to fix.
Like, I saw it and I was like, wait, something's missing, so I had to pause it, and then I realized they fucking moved the state. And I don't know why.
Because there's an outline. Like that?
It's weird.
There's an outline of Louisiana just completely contained within Texas.
Listen, we probably shouldn't have used color forms technology to make this map.
It is so bizarre. I mean, animation errors and shit happen all the time. We have seen G1. There's a shitload, but to have a map somehow fuck up like that, I don't understand how that error happened. And it entertains me.
Listen, when Unicron woke up at the end of the last season, some stuff got moved around.
This is, I have the wiki page up for this episode, and that is under errors. It says on the same screen as Breakdown's image, the map of the United States shows the state of Louisiana inside Texas with an empty spot where it's supposed to be. The same map error reappears when Soundwave begins operating the Damocles satellite. So I guess just on this day, Louisiana happened to be in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if that error wasn't on the wiki, because there are people more attentive to this shit than I am.
It's pretty amazing.
Anyway, back to Soundwave.
So anyway, Soundwave is doing his Dr. Octopus thing with the computers. There are all sorts of Viacons there. And, Soundwave is, he is connected to the satellite, and they launch the satellite, and we get some really cool, like, satellite deploying and, maneuvering animation here. I'm a real sucker for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They should be playing, like, sort of menacing James Bond music over it.
It's very James Bond.
It kind of does need something more ominous than just kicking it out in airlock and it deploys itself. It needs some music.
And yeah, they just start firing this thing, and it does fire this, like, gigantic heat beam that almost incinerates Smokescreen and does incinerate a Viacon.
Yeah, it's actually the commercial cut is like, this thing is about to hit Smokescreen, and he turns to look up and sees it coming, and then that's the cut to commercial. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill this guy an episode after he showed up.
Hope you bought that toy in the span of a week, kids.
You didn't, because it's not out yet.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But no, they do not actually kill him, even though they were apparently willing to make you think they might for the span of a commercial break.
Yes, but this Viacon, he is a crispy critter.
Yes, he is a crater.
So Bulkhead is, they contact the base, like, we've got a friggin' satellite shooting at us. Can you help us?
Also, when Soundwave takes control of the satellite, he does it by, like, tentacle groping the keyboard.
I mean, this isn't the first time that Soundwave has used tentacle groping to take over a satellite. How quickly we forget Revenge of the Fallen.
But the keyboard specifically, it just seems like he should, like, connect to the actual, I don't know, computer, and not just
he should be plugging into a USB port or something instead of typing really fast with his Dr. Octopus tentacle.
They might have a thing that, like, guarantees human input.
He just slams it down onto the keyboard and just, like, it's silly. Anyway, keyboard.
Oh, he should have pulled out Ravage to be Keyboard Cat.
Aww, kitty.
Do 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 do. Actually, there is a blatant keyboard cat reference in an episode of Rescue Bots.
Oh,
Really surprising.
I should watch more Rescue Bots. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Bulkhead's raring to go, but what they really need is technical support, which means Raph, who is grounded. And so they just straight up teleport Fowler, Miko, and Jack into the Esquivel household.
So all of this, especially, I guess, for some reason, the establishing shots of his house just really remind me of the part from the season 1 G1 episode Roll For It, where Prowl basically uses his modem to connect to Chip Chase, who is just at home on the primitive internet, and Chip's house. These shots just feel a lot like the establishing shots of Chip's house.
Isn't that also the same episode where Chip tears apart one of those old floppy disks with his bare hands?
Yes. Yes, it is. A lot happens in that episode. I love that episode. That's like if I'm having a bad day, I put on that episode and just everything is so much better. But yes, it just really reminded me of Chip Chase sitting in his room helping Prowl.
So everybody's got some problems here. There's a killer satellite firing beams at the Autobots. Bulkhead wants to go fight, and also Fowler has to go to the bathroom.
Yes. But they can't get caught, because then he's going to be extra grounded.
Eventually he does indeed sneak out, but it turns out that they are low on TP.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is all going on, and finally Megatron figures out, well, they track the hack to Jasper, Nevada, and specifically to Raph's house.
Yes.
Yeah, so now the Decepticons know where one of the humans lives.
You would think Raph would be using a VPN for this stuff, man. Come on.
I think so.
Come on, kid.
I mean, he's using the Trace Buster, but the Decepticons are using the Trace Buster.
Oh. I was gonna say, they could be trying to track him down by his MAC address, but then I would think he would have, there's stuff that'll spoof your MAC address. Like, that's built into Tails Linux, so, that's yeah. I guess he didn't have time to connect to the VPN. Maybe he was trying to watch Netflix. Because Netflix will not work with your VPN.
Did we have Netflix in 2012? We did have Netflix in 2012.
Yeah, we did.
Netflix, the streaming Netflix back then?
I think so.
Really? Huh.
It's pretty close,
I think
yeah.
so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
Anyway, so Megatron's all right, listen, Silas, go earn your keep, go murder this child.
And Silas is like, okay, this isn't even the first time Silas has tried to murder these children, so This is like, yes, totally, he is fine with this.
Yeah, so
at first he's not. He's just like, wait, don't you want one of your underlings to go do that? Oh, wait, I'm one of your underlings. Sorry, my lord.
Yeah, he's learning something very important here, which is that Megatron is a terrible boss to work for.
Yep.
He is an asshole boss. Also, at one point earlier, he told Megatron to relax, and Megatron was having none of it.
Well, he also didn't call him Lord Megatron.
Yes. Yes, at this point, he realizes that, this is a supervillain boss. I gotta, call him Lord and stuff.
Anyway, so he takes aim, we get our commercial break, and then Bulkhead comes and punches him into what I believe is the LA River from Greece.
Yeah, it's kind of the LA River again, which is weird, which is just like a block or a half a block away from Raph's house, which is kind of weird. Bulkhead's on trash duty is the thing.
I mean,
yes.
They're in Nevada. I assume that kind of, I say as someone who's ever lived on the East Coast and the Midwest, and not even that far west on the Midwest, but that sort of, water runoff sort of culvert? Is it a culvert?
Oh, think so.
I think it's a culvert.
Yes, that sort of thing is probably fairly common in most of the western part of the country, but other people are welcome to tweet at me and tell me I'm wrong. But it does look like the LA River from... I'm sorry, I think you mean Terminator 2.
Yes. And somehow, despite this being made of concrete, and these guys being made of metal, they're chucking each other around on this, and they're throwing up a ton of sparks.
Yeah, well, it looks cooler that way.
It does look cool.
Yeah.
And also, it's at this point where Bulkhead figures out that Breakdown is Silas, and Silas, of course, has an in the flesh, sort of, line. Because that's such a super villain line to do the in the flesh.
Yeah.
That is something that through this episode has been sort of Bulkhead's argument to, trying to get Ratchet to let him go out there, is that Breakdown is his arch enemy. He's like,
yes.
This is my dude to fight. I need to go fight him. But now he realizes that this isn't even who he thought it was. It's just his reanimated corpse.
Yeah, like, come on, it's my rogues gallery. You gotta let me go.
Come on.
Dr. Octopus is robbing the bank.
Yeah.
You can't send Daredevil.
No. It's not gonna work at all. Daredevil doesn't fight animal villains all the time at all.
No, just the owl mostly.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Who isn't really animal themed? He just has an animal themed name.
And also the man bull.
What? I think that was only the one time.
Anyway, and the owl is definitely not entirely... I mean, he took a serum that allowed him to glide and also turn his head around 180 degrees.
That's
I forgot
creepy.
about the neck thing. The
extremely
bones
creepy.
as light as a bird. That could be a birth defect that just retconned was a serum originally.
But mostly he just looks like really well-dressed Wolverine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're fighting. Bulkhead is clearly not in fighting trim because he's getting his ass kicked.
Like I said, this episode just, the character animation is just extremely good. Everybody's just very physically, they're emoting very well. It's good animation, this episode.
Yes.
Thumbs up to the director.
So it is Smokescreen to the rescue.
Yay! It's the kitten.
Yep. And this kitten's got claws.
Yes.
Kitten has come to kill the zombie cat.
He's a good boy.
Came back wrong.
Anyway, so with Silas, bumbling his way through this assignment, Megatron decides, well, the simplest thing to do is just use the satellite to Independence Day this kid's house.
This human child's perfectly normal residence.
Well, presumably it's going to hit a gas main. The whole block at least is going up.
Yes. Megatron doesn't care. He's Megatron.
I mean, it's kind of neat, but the Soundwave starts to move the thing, and then he turns it off, adjusts the satellite, and then turns it back on, or starts to turn it back on right over the house. Like, when you start to get close, dude, you should have turned it on and started blowing up everything on the block.
They might have run out of particles. I'm not sure if that's how it works.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is a question how that damn thing works, because, panels glow, is it solar powered? What's going on? It's so tiny, and the beam is as wide as the entire satellite.
It is a very evil satellite.
Yes. Anyway, so luckily, just in time, Raph out-hacks Soundwave. The satellite goes off course in a way that's totally impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the way that, angles work and stuff, because it ends up kind of shooting its beam over Jasper, Nevada, and just nicking the sign of the KO burger.
Yeah,
it's okay. No one lives in Jasper, so no one is hurt. No one even sees what happens.
But,
Yes.
it's like it's firing as it's halfway down through the atmosphere, but even before it started to fall into the atmosphere, it's whatever.
Yes,
it should have hit the culvert, and that should have covered Breakdown's escape.
From the wiki, it's pointed out the final shot of the satellite fires parallel to Raph's house. To do this, the satellite would have to be in position below the equator. When it fires, it is shown to be above North America and burns up in the skies above Jasper not long after. So yeah. it should be doing a lot more damage than it actually does. But you know.
I mean, it should be Batman beyonding all through this city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it should.
They're just going to wake up to just a bunch of laser paths burned through the streets.
Yes.
Oh, tearing up the highways. Oh, that's such a good scene. I need to rewatch that. So many things I need to rewatch. That needs to be bumped up a bit.
So Soundwave runs away. Silas runs away. This satellite burns up in the atmosphere like it's the end of gravity.
Yes.
Sandy Bullock's trying to escape this thing.
Oh no!
Well, it has to burn up, otherwise the next episode is going to be crashing into something.
Oh, it's gonna crash into like the outback, like Skylab,
Or crash into some Japanese kid's pool. Or, when did it crash in the Digimon movie? I can't remember.
Oh, I thought this was maybe a reference to something that actually happened.
No, I was making a reference to
Digimon
Summer
movie.
Wars, which is actually sort of a remake of that one Digimon movie, it's by the same director and takes some of the same clues about messing with computers and spamming a bad guy with email on the internet.
So if it takes place during the summer, I assume that you're somehow beating the heat with the Digibeat.
No.
Well,
No,
Summer.
no one is doing that ever.
Well, that's the Digimon movie. Summer Wars, I really highly recommend. It's great.
Yes. It is really good.
Alright, so we're back on the Decepticon base, and Megatron has one of his greatest burns ever, because he said, "Oh, Silas, you have earned your place at the table. Knockout's dissection table, psych!"
Oh,
Knockout's got his staff. I like his staff, and he zaps him in the back with it.
Tasers this guy and drags him off for what I'm sure is going to be a hideously painful dissection.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's screaming all the way.
That is a dark ending to this show.
I know. It's
I
so
love it.
good.
So good.
Horrible.
So screwed
But,
up.
like, this is the darkest episode because we have a human killing other humans off screen. We see the explosions and shit, and the giant laser might have hit people. No, actually, I guess it just hit dirt. But like, human dragged away to his death, where Knockout might as well just be cackling as he's standing over him and saying, "Sometimes dead is better, Silas." It's so good. I like it when a villain gets a horrible ending.
Although this is not quite the ending.
What?
Dun dun dun.
I don't see how.
Will Silas return in Avengers Endgame?
No, he will return in season 3.
I'm
Aha.
highly dubious on how
I
that
don't remember
works.
that, so I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be another 15 episodes.
Kinda-
I'll survive.
Okay.
I'll
so-
manage that long.
So Knockout takes him apart and like makes him a trophy on a wall or something. This is gonna get really dark. Or they're just not gonna have any reference to this episode much at all.
No, it follows directly from this episode.
Oh.
Maybe a year later, but this is weird.
Listen, if you like zombies in this episode,
I
this
do.
next one has more zombies.
Oh, I love zombies.
There's a zombie episode of this show.
There's been multiple zombie episodes. We've already had Dark Energon zombies.
I mean, yeah, we had all the Dark Energon stuff, but I remember the zombie... So it's the zombie episode where there's that super gay moment with Knockout and Starscream, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I mostly remember that there are zombies, and then there's that really incredibly gay moment with Knockout and Starscream, and I love it. Also it aired during a BotCon.
There are literally no Autobots in that episode.
Yes.
Oh,
I had forgotten,
okay,
though, the detail that Silas had anything to do with that episode, so A+.
Well, the body has something to do with that episode. I think that's the episode where I came back to watching in the third season. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it's a very continuity heavy episode. It's one of my favorites, but it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, and I'm looking at the wiki page. There is an extremely gay moment in that episode.
Yes, there is.
Yay. Something good to look forward to.
I like that third season. Anyway, So yeah, this is the end of MECH, mostly the end of Silas. I enjoyed it. It is a weird, dark episode.
Yes.
All about desecrating corpses, and I do love a good killer satellite.
Yeah, it's a good episode. I really like it.
Yeah, it's my favorite episode so far. It just took bringing in a Beast Wars writer to fix up this show.
Beast Machines writer.
Yeah,
Oh,
Beast
right, Beast
Machines,
Machines.
thank you.
See, and I like Beast Machines, unlike many people.
And yeah, I'm trying to think if this is not sure if there are any other Beast Wars writers who have written for this show.
See, I usually think of Bob Skiers being like, a friendly hippie.
Well, the friendly hippies can be the darkest people, I guess.
I mean, Beast Machines was pretty dark.
Yeah, it was pretty dark.
And in fact, there are no Beast Wars writers on Transformers Prime.
Aww. Alas.
Yeah. So, of course, we will be back next episode, but until then, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we are attached like a barnacle to the dying Hulk of Tumblr.
Where there's no longer any porn, and we don't know what to do.
But the internet is for porn.
I know!
Internet is for porn.
And that's why you can't survive without it. And I remember when they first shut down the porn on Tumblr, and immediately my Twitter feed is all like random Daft Punk porn and furries everywhere.
Yeah, I had to follow a few more people.
Listen, this is not what I meant by harder, stronger.
No.
Yeah, Twitter became much more horny on Maine.
So we are also we are hosted by iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up to help with our hosting expenses. That is at patreon.com/iaconunderground. Is it gonna be late in the month that we're doing Avengers yet? Because we're gonna be doing Avengers.
It's
If
at the beginning of the month.
It could become so at the end of April, but there's a good chance it may not be up yet. But with the
I figured shit out because everything comes out at the end of the month. May is going to be Endgame. June is going to be Godzilla.
Okay. And if this is still April when you're listening to this, you can listen to our bonus episode on Condor Man.
I mean, you can also listen to that if it's not still April, because all of those older episodes are also available to our new Patreon subscribers.
That's right. A Patreon pledge of $1 gives you access not only to the newest Patreon episodes, but also to the full library of Patreon episodes.
Yep. You can
Got
hear
a bunch
us.
of kimono friends in there.
25.
You can hear us talking about Transformers the movie for 3 hours.
Oh, God.
For 2 episodes, because it had to be split in half because we kept going about a movie.
And that's us without having seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most recent one of us had seen it was a year previously. Mm-hmm. And we knew it by heart. Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of things stuck in your head.
So if you got a long drive, that's 3 hours of movie discussion about an hour and a half long movie.
Yes.
So until next time, when we watch Legacy, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David. And I think I gotta check my mic and shit. Have I sounded the normal volume since it went?
Yes, you have.
Okay, because the little squiggles seem a little bit more erratic.